Welcome to Nollywood Dish TV, where we bring you the latest conversations, reactions, and stories making waves around your favorite Nollywood stars. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell because you definitely do not want to miss what we have for you today. Something concerning the family of popular Nollywood filmmaker Uche Nancy has once again caught the attention of fans, and this time, people are asking questions about her daughters. A family that many fans have watched grow together in the public eye is suddenly surrounded by conversations about family background, relationships, individual identities, and the way people have understood the Uche Nancy family over the years. But before we go any further, let us make something very clear. The internet has a way of turning assumptions into facts, especially when celebrities are involved. So while some claims are currently circulating among fans and gossip platforms, they should not automatically be treated as confirmed revelations from Uche Nancy herself. And this is exactly why today's story is interesting. Because when people hear the words Uche Nancy's daughters, many immediately think of Sonia Uche, Ijeoma Nibi, Chinonso Nibi, and Chinana Nibi. Sonia herself has publicly described Uche Nancy as her mother and said she is the firstborn in a family of 4 girls. So where did all these new questions come from? Why are some fans suddenly discussing the family structure again? And could there really be information about the daughters that many people have misunderstood over the years? That is where things become interesting. Uche Nancy has built a reputation not only as a filmmaker and costumier but also as a mother whose daughters have become familiar faces to Nollywood audiences. Her children have, in different ways, become connected to entertainment, fashion, business and social media, meaning that the family is naturally under public attention. Sonia Uche, in particular, has become one of the most recognized members of the family. In an interview published by Punch in 2024, Sonia explained that she is the first of 4 girls. She also spoke about growing up in Egbuzo and the role her mother played in pushing her toward acting. And this part is important. Sonia did not describe her success as something that simply happened because she was born into a famous family. Instead, she explained that her mother played a major role in her career. According to Sonia, there were times when she struggled in front of the camera, and her mother's criticism and encouragement pushed her to improve. That gives us a completely different picture from some of the assumptions people make online. Fans sometimes see a famous mother and successful children and immediately assume everything was easy. But Sonia's own account suggests that there was discipline behind the scenes. She even described moments when her mother told her that she was not doing well enough. Imagine being the daughter of a respected filmmaker and still having your mother tell you that your performance needs improvement. That alone tells you that the relationship between Uche Nancy and her daughters has always involved more than simply being a celebrity family. It has also been a relationship between a mother, mentor, and producer and her children who were trying to build their own identities. And this is probably why every conversation about the family attracts so much attention. People are curious. They want to know who is closest to whom. They want to know who followed their mother's footsteps. They want to know who is biological, who is adopted, who carries which surname and why certain members of the family have different names. One of the biggest points of confusion online has involved Sonia Uche's surname. Some people have used the difference between Uche and Nibi to create theories about the family. But a surname difference by itself is not proof of a hidden family secret. In fact, Sonia has repeatedly publicly identified herself as Uche Nancy's daughter. Her own public biography describes her as the first daughter of Uche Nancy, and her 2024 interview also confirms that she is the firstborn of 4 girls. So when you see a sensational headline suggesting that there is some huge secret simply because the daughters do not all use exactly the same surname, it is important to slow down. There may be a family history behind the different names, but the surname difference itself does not prove the more dramatic claims circulating online. And this is where the current rumor becomes even more interesting. Some online discussions have attempted to separate the daughters into different categories, while others have questioned whether everyone commonly associated with the Uche Nancy family is actually a biological daughter. Several online profiles have described Uche Nancy as having 4 biological daughters and also having an adopted daughter, Obio Olubub. However, the details are not presented consistently across every source, so this is exactly the type of information that should not be exaggerated as a shocking revelation without a direct statement from Uche Nancy herself. And that is the major point. Could there be details about the family that the public does not know? Of course. Every celebrity family has private matters. But does that automatically mean the most dramatic version of the rumor is true? No. And perhaps this is the part that fans need to understand. A family can be close without telling the public every detail about their private lives. A daughter can carry a different surname. A family can raise someone who is not biologically related to them. And none of those things necessarily mean there is a scandal. In fact, Sonia has publicly spoken warmly about the unity between herself and her sisters. A post published on her blog in 2024 described Sonia, Oma Nibi, and Chanana Nibi as a united group whose bond was shaped by their mother's love and guidance. That is very different from the picture some gossip pages try to create. Instead of a family supposedly divided by secrets, the public statements available show members of the family presenting themselves as connected and supportive. But then again, fans are fans. Once they notice something unusual, they begin connecting dots. One person sees a surname. Another sees an old photograph. Someone else remembers a movie. Then another person brings up an old interview. Before you know it, a complete story has been created online. And that is how celebrity rumors grow. This is particularly true with Sonia Uche because her career has become increasingly independent of her mother's name. She has built her own audience, acted in numerous productions and become a producer and entrepreneur herself. Her mother's influence is still part of her story, but Sonia has also made it clear that she wants to establish herself through her own work. In fact, in her 2024 interview, Sonia spoke about her educational background and explained that she studied agricultural economics before pursuing acting seriously. So when people reduce her entire story to Uche Nancy's daughter, they are leaving out a major part of her journey. And perhaps this is why the latest conversation has caught attention. People are not simply discussing Uche Nancy anymore. They are discussing the entire family. They are asking whether every story they have heard about the daughters over the years is accurate. They are questioning old assumptions. And some are even asking whether Uche Nancy herself has something she has not told the public. But here is where we must draw the line. Until there is a direct and verifiable statement from Uche Nancy addressing a specific claim, we cannot responsibly say that she has revealed a hidden family secret. What we can say is that the Uche Nancy family has generated considerable public interest for years, and different online accounts have presented conflicting information about the family. That conflict itself is enough to make fans curious. And there is another interesting angle. Uche Nancy's daughters have not all followed exactly the same career path. Sonia is strongly associated with acting and production. Ijeoma Nibi has been associated with business, fashion, and modeling. Chinonu has also been connected with the entertainment and family circle. Chanena Nibi has become a recognizable actress in her own right. So when fans look at the family, they see several women who have developed different identities. That is actually one of the more fascinating things about the family. The mother built her career in Nollywood. Her daughters watched her. Some followed her into entertainment. Others developed businesses and other interests. And now, the next generation is also attracting attention. This means that the Uche Nancy family story is bigger than one rumor. It is a story about a mother who built a career, raised daughters, and watched them develop their own paths. But because this is Nollywood, people will always look for drama. And whenever two celebrities are connected, fans will look for hidden meanings. Whenever someone changes their surname, people will ask questions. Whenever a family member is missing from a photograph, people will create theories. Whenever someone does not appear in a video, people may conclude that there is a family problem. The internet rarely waits for explanations. It creates its own. And that is why this latest discussion deserves caution. If Uche Nancy has genuinely made a new statement about her daughters, then fans will naturally want to hear exactly what she said, rather than relying on edited clips, captions or sensational headlines. Because there is a huge difference between saying, Uche Nancy revealed something about her family, and saying, Uche Nancy exposed a shocking secret about her daughters. The first could be true. The second requires evidence. And as of now, the reliable material we found does not establish the dramatic, shocking truth narrative as a confirmed new revelation. What is confirmed from Sonia's own interview is that she identifies herself as Uche Nancy's firstborn and that she grew up in a family of 4 girls. That alone should make fans reconsider some of the exaggerated claims floating around. Maybe the biggest surprise is not a family secret at all. Maybe the biggest surprise is how quickly people can turn a simple family detail into an internet controversy. And this is where we want to hear from you. Do you believe there is a genuine story behind the latest claims about Uche Nancy and her daughters? Or do you think social media has simply taken old information, mixed it with speculation and turned it into something much bigger? Do you think Sonia Uche, Ijoma Nibi, Chinonu Nibi and Chanina Nibi have been unfairly subjected to unnecessary family speculation? Or do you believe there are still unanswered questions about the family? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And please remember, Nollywood Dish TV is here to discuss the stories making waves, but we will always try to separate what has actually been said from what fans are only assuming. If you enjoyed this gist, please subscribe to Nollywood Dish TV, turn on the notification bell and stay with us because there is always another Nollywood story making the rounds. At the end of the day, celebrity families are still families. Behind the glamorous pictures, movie premieres and social media posts are real people with private lives. And sometimes, the truth is much simpler than the story the internet creates. So, until Uche Nancy herself directly addresses any specific new claim about her daughters, perhaps the biggest question should not be, what shocking secret did she reveal? The question should be, what did she actually say, and what part of the story was created by the internet? Because sometimes, the most shocking thing about a celebrity controversy is not the secret itself. It is how quickly everyone believed there was a secret in the first place. This is Nollywood Dish TV. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you in the next gist. Red Heart.